As you probably know by now from this here dictionary, we are back for another video within the Spanish series. I hope that's something that you all have been enjoying here lately. And as always, just the kind of shameless plug or self-promotion at the beginning is if you like this video and you want to see more like it, please like it. It gets it sent out to other people. And additionally, if you like these videos, please subscribe so that you're notified whenever new videos come out, because it allows me to continue to make videos for you. That out of the way, let's get into the theme of what I wanted to get to today within the Spanish series, and we'll see how far we get based on what time allows. Is I wanted to do a food and drink video, and I'm going to just put food for now because depending on how long it takes, I may do drink in a separate second video. So yeah, we'll see how things go. So yeah, we'll go ahead and get started. This is I just kind of pulled a random collection of common foods or well-liked popular foods, and figured we could go ahead and get started. And I'm starting out with this one. It's not in alphabetical order because I just pulled a bunch of foods. I'm starting with this one because I think it's funny and for no other reason. Cheese is queso. Anybody who's been to a Mexican restaurant probably knows that, but it still bears mentioning. So, cheese. And the next, or what we're gonna do for dessert. Actually, I may make this alphabetical after all as I go along here. Is going to be postre. Postre. Dessert is postre. Next we'll do French fries, and that's going to be papas, which is the potato portion, and then fritas, fried potatoes, French fries, papas fritas. Next is your classic hamburger, and that's going to be hamburguesa. Hamburguesa. And if you wanted to make it a cheeseburger, you would just put de queso. Hamburguesa. And then de queso would be cheeseburger. Next is lasagna. And that's going to be lasagna with an ñ and with a tilde. Lasagna. Next, it's going to be mayonnaise. Figured I'd mix in a few condiments. I flipped it. I flipped it. You guys will get it. So these need to be opposite. Sorry about that. Mayonnaise is mayonnaise. Mayonnaise. Next is noodles. Noodles. Fideos. 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 I can't go without giving you guys a good true cognate where the word it looks the same and sounds the same in both languages. Pizza is pizza. Doesn't get much simpler than that. Salad. Ensalada. Ensalada. And some of you may be learning this for the first time, but sauce is salsa. So that's just kind of how certain words in different languages get ported over into English and kind of take on a specific ubiquitous meaning, even if it actually could mean something else. So any sauce in Spanish would be salsa, but we know in America and in other anglicized countries, salsa, we think of chopped tomatoes, onions, and, you eat it with tortilla chips, but that's not originally how it was. So, a little fun fact there. Next, scrambled eggs. And this is kind of a long one, or somewhat long. Huevos. Huevos, that's eggs. And then Huevos revueltos. So scrambled. Revuelto. Huevos is eggs. Huevos revueltos. Soup is sopa. So if you say sopa, thinking it means soap, you'll be wrong. That's jabón. Sopa is soup. So if you ask for sopa when you're going to take a shower, you're going to be real confused when they give you a can of soup. So don't make that mistake. Next is spaghetti. And that's going to be spaghetti. And there's actually a rule within Spanish phonics that doesn't allow words to start easily with the letter S. So instead of spaghetti like that, it's spaghetti. It's a rule of Spanish phonics that I might get into in a different video in the future. Over here, I'll do meats. So we'll break off this little section by itself. Just kind of a catch-all of general food. And then I tried to subdivide them beyond that. Meats, or in Spanish, carnes. Carnes. Beef is carne de res. Carne de res. Chicken is pollo. You probably know that, but you know what they say about assuming. Fried chicken is going to be pollo. Again, going back to this idea, fries, fritas. So this is going to be pollo frito because it follows the gender of the noun. And the noun is O here and A here. So fritas, papas fritas, pollo frito. So just a reminder there. Next is going to be ground meat. So, and this could apply to any kind, and it would depend on context, but it would be carne molida, M-O-L-I-D-A, molida, carne molida. Next is ham, which is going to be jamón. And again, it seems like a joke, but if you say jabón, which is soap, you will be very confused when you ask for ham and you get soap. So, it's jamón, not jabón. Sopa is soup. Soap is jabón. Ham is jamón. So, just trying to prevent any confusion out there. Make sure everybody gets what they're asking for. Next is lamb, and that's going to be cordero. Cordero. Next, I don't know if you would necessarily ask for this, but liver is hígado. 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 And there are parts of the world who eat this. So brains would be sesos. Sesos. And since we're sticking with body parts, I guess you could say, tongue would be lengua. Lengua. So if you ever see lengua tacos, that's what that is. And what else do we want to include here? We'll continue on with, so we got brains, tongue. We'll do just pork. Pork in general is going to be cerdo. Cerdo. And then a pork chop. Oops. It's an R. Pork chop. That would be a chuleta de cerdo. Chuleta de cerdo. Ribs are going to be costillas. Costillas. Turkey is going to be we'll keep going here. So I'll put a little line here because everything after this, under the meat section, is going to be fish or seafood. And I'll start with just fish. Fish is going to be pescado or pescado. Clam is going to be almeja. Cod, which is a type of fish, is going to be bacalao. Not one I've said a lot before, so I'm learning too. Eel, that's a fun one. Eel. Anguila. Eel. Prawns. It's going to be langostino. And I've seen that. Yeah, so that's a distinction. Okay, that's a good distinction actually from lobster. So langostino is prawn, and then in the same family, lobster is langosta. Next is a mussel. The bivalve, not the body muscle. It's gonna be mejillon. Accento on the O. Mejillon. Octopus is pulpo. Oyster. We actually went over this during our grab bag one day. Is ostra. And then we've got a nearly true cognate here. Salmon is going to be salmon. Accent on the O. Salmon. And then if anybody's particularly ambitious, I'll keep it going over here. Shark. Shark is tiburon. Accent on the O. Tiburon. Shrimp. So different than prawns or lobsters. Shrimp is going to be camarón. Squid is going to be calamar. And then, last but not least, swordfish. Pez. Espada, which I love. Espada is sword. Pez is fish. Sword, fish. There you go. Literally. Take it or leave it. Alright. On the back here, we'll go through a few more. We'll do some fruits. Apple. Manzana. And for some of you who've taken Spanish 1 before, you're like, oh yeah, this is all coming back to me now. But I hope to give you maybe a few that you haven't had before. Banana is going to be plátano. And the accent is on the A here, plátano. Blackberry is mora. Cherry. Cereza. Fig. Higo. Grapes. Uvas. Lemon. Limon. Not to be confused with lime, which is lima. Orange. Naranja. through some vegetables over here. Asparagus.